That's what I get for wanting a Marvel shirt. This is why I don't get into comic books. I watch the movies.
Okay.
And as soon as I take a step further, I get into gay fanfic.
There's a lot of people that, search that shit on Wiki or on Google and then didn't read the fanfic.
I'm sorry, I have to read.
Just wondering,
what I
what is
see.
the title of that fanfic called?
No, I'll leave a link for it for people. 'Cause we're gonna put this on YouTube, and so you can see links of stuff when it comes up. It's gonna be.
I want to know a title so that I know that when Diego looked at it, he's like, that's something I want to read.
A Matter of Proportions.
That sounds good.
I don't know. That could be anything. I don't know.
I'm gonna blame this on the fact that you're a math teacher and you're intrigued by proportions.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I am.
All right. The paragraph you just read was at least halfway down this gigantic page.
So he obviously didn't read it and realize it was gay fanfic and stop. He's like,
No,
let's
he's
see
like-
where this goes.
Yeah, Phil Coulson. I like him so much.
He's the shit. And apparently, he's now like in the comic books. He's like a legit character.
All right,
now.
we've talked way too much about Phil Coulson. We need to change the subject. All right.
Hold on, I just want to ask: do you guys, if you had the preference, would you pick real porn or story porn?
Fuck.
Like literature?
Real porn.
Like those kind of stories.
Real porn.
Real porn.
Yeah, probably real porn.
I've read story porn before. It's
But you leave everything to your imagination. I like real porn too, but I'm just wondering. It's like it's like movie adaptations. You read the book and you're like, no, the movie wasn't good enough because
Isn't
it's restricting in its.
Oh, wait, isn't it called?
Literotica.
Yes, literotica.
Literotica?
Aren't women? I mean, in general, aren't women more into that stuff? That's what I've heard.
Like smut novels and stuff.
Yeah. So if you're a woman, you're listening to this, and you read smut novels.
I don't think any woman would ever listen
I don't
to
think
this.
anyone's listening to this.
Yeah,
But if you are, let us know.
If this is a radio show, they would be calling in. Tell us about the smut novel you read. Read your favorite paragraph.
If this
Give
Oh
us
my
your
God.
favorite smut novel.
This reminds me of these. This reminds me of these great texts I got yesterday. I was at work and I got these texts from someone. It was like a wrong number, but this girl, she was telling me about like how she was gonna be an animal trainer. She was going to school to be an animal trainer. And she's like, so yeah, I can train your dog, no problem. This is my new number, by the way. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And I figured, well, I might as well take a gamble. And I was like, send me naked pictures. And so she responded like,
Naked pictures or get the fuck out.
that's pretty much exactly what I said. And she responded, why would I send you those? That's not right. And I said, you will never succeed as an animal trainer then. And so we went back and forth for like another 5 minutes. And then she started sending me pictures of naked mole rats.
Oh.
And not just one, but like a whole fucking gallery of them. And she's like, you're a freak, but have fun.
What the fuck?
Dude, I don't know, man.
Did you ever?
Naked mole rats are kind of boner killers.
Yeah.
They don't look that.
Did you ever tell her?
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure she probably eventually figured it out when I kept insisting for naked pictures. But I don't know. I thought it was funny that she sent me anything.
Get more beer. Hold up.
All right, we'll take a short break.
So
Okay,
actually,
so we're back recording, just so you guys know.
actually, a good prank is my high school girlfriend did this when she was like in middle school. There was this teacher she did not like whatsoever, and when he'd park, he'd like crack his windows. So what she did with her and her friend, she took like a condom, like out of the package, and like took some glue, and like put it in the condom and kind of outside the condom, and like put it in his windshield or put it in not windshield window, and like threw it on the passenger seat, and just like left it there. So now like the teacher thinks someone had sex in his car.
That's scary. You can get fired for that.
Yes, you can. Now that I am
Ew.
employed as a teacher, fuck my girlfriend because that fucking sucks.
You can get fired for that if someone throws something in your car.
Mm.
Or they can like. I
Well,
mean,
then it's your word against. Well,
Yeah.
then if you're the teacher and you don't know who did it.
what other pranks did you guys play like when you were kids in your
I
past?
don't know. I did this like 2 years ago. Oh, we tried to do it on race. So like it was like Halloween. So me and my roommate then we recorded like an hour-long thing of scary noises. So it starts off with like tapping, like, and then like like sound of like insects walking, like, and then like gradually escalate, like then it starts like a girl crying. I actually used the sound effects from Left 4 Dead, the witch crying, and then it just gets worse and worse. And then at the end, at the climax, like the grudge sound, like and like the witch screaming, like and loud bang noises. So like when Ray was out, like we asked his room, it's like, hey, we want to prank Ray, so we're gonna set a speaker up on his bed. So that day, like during the day, like we had a barbecue downstairs, so Ray was there. So my roommate went up, he set up the speakers under his bed, like one on the corner of each side, so because the sound were like bouncing from left to right. And then we started playing the iPod because we set it up so there's like 5 hours of silence, so that the sound would start going off at like 4 a.m. But then Ray never came home that night because he went to his ex's place. But it didn't fail because the next day Ray came back and his roommate was sleeping on the floor by the door. He's like, "What the fuck are you sleeping on the floor?" He's like, "Oh, I heard really scared noises." Something was. Really scary noises. I was scared. So I sat by the bed. I didn't know what it was.
That's fucking awesome.
Amazing. Did you ever let him in on the joke?
No, because I still want to do it to him.
Nice.
One of these days.
Well, now it's on public record on the podcast.
And it's probably easier now that you're his roommate.
But then I don't want to wake myself up at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, that's true. Do it on like a school holiday.
Yeah.
Or do it when you're staying at your girlfriend's place. Just be like, meh.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't home last night. I didn't know what you heard.
Dude, that's so awesome because it's so subtle. Like I would have fucking gone all out and done like Exorcist noises, but that would have been too much, I think.
It's all about the anticipation. No, but when you're talking about teacher, like when I was when I was a junior, like I hated my math teacher. It was like Algebra 2 and Calc A. So I cheated in that class so much. And then he started realizing that I was cheating. So yeah. So then one day, like for the test, he put me in the back by myself. He's like, sit in this back seat. It's like, fuck. So I took the test. I'm like, I don't know half the shit on the first page. Like, all right, if I turn this in, I'd definitely get an F. So I need to figure something out. So I'm like, okay. Since I'm in the back, I can't really look at other people's answers. So what I did was I ripped off the first page. And when everyone was turning it in, like it was in the front of the room. So I just walked up and I put my second page. I slid it into the pile. And then he graded it. He passed everyone's test back, and I didn't get mine. And then at the end, he's like, I got this one test. It's just the second page. I don't know whose it is. So if you didn't get your test, come talk to me. I'm like, I didn't get my test back. He's like, is this yours? I'm like, yes. It's like, oh, I don't have the first page. I'm like, well, I turned in my test. It's like, yeah, I'm going to go back and look to see if I found it. But,
you motherfucker. Because that shit happens all the fucking time where you lose tests.
Yeah, so I'm like, so he's like, all right, I'll go look for it. But right now, like, let's just make it so that your final will be worth Tyson. I'm like, fine. But I turned it in, so, I mean, yeah. So then after the final, he's like, I didn't manage to find it. Well, for the final, I actually studied for it because I was worried. But he's like, I didn't manage to find the first page of your test, so I apologize. I'm gonna give you 100% on that test.
Oh my god!
You son of a bitch!
I actually did cheat on the final too. I went to the bathroom and I got a shitload of toilet paper and I ripped them off and I wrote questions to other students and I threw them around the room in the back.
What the fuck?
Because he put me in the back again, so like I wrote it down.
Wait, why are you giving answers to other people?
No, I was asking questions like, what was the answer to blah blah blah?
And they,
threw it to someone.
and they would write it back on the toilet paper and throw it back to you.
I threw it to my friend. Throw it back to me.
How does your teacher not see this?
Wait, hold on. This sounds fucking crazy. You get a piece of toilet paper.
Yes, I went to the bathroom and like
you write a question on that piece of toilet paper and then you throw it to them.
Yeah, so I like crumple it in a little ball. I'm like, and then just. Well, I told him beforehand, like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna get some paper. I'm gonna throw them around.
Wait, you use toilet paper?
Yeah, so like.
Wait,
in
why
the middle of
wouldn't you just
test,
use
I'm like, I
regular
need to-
paper?
Huh?
Why wouldn't you just use regular paper then?
I didn't have regular paper because you just had your test.
Have
So
you ever
didn't-
written on toilet paper? That shit's fucking hard to write on.
Yeah, like this sounds like it was really difficult.
Yeah, you need to put in the effort definitely to cheat. To cheat well, you should put in the effort.
I had this friend in my in my calculus class that basically he didn't know calculus whatsoever, and what he would do is he would take a test and then take it, like, because you know how they usually make more copies than they need, and he'd take a blank test and like he would just basically just sit there, okay, during the test. He didn't know any of the questions, and he'd turn in a blank test in the middle of the pile, and then he'd go home and he'd basically just study this test, take an extra copy, study the test, and when he passed the test out, he's like, "Where's my test?" He's like, "Didn't you get mine? I turned it in. I was here." And he's like, "Well, I guess you're just gonna have to retake it." And then he'd retake it, knowing all the questions.
Dude, what the fuck?
High school kids are fucked up.
Like that. None of that shit would work in college, but it doesn't matter because in college
No.
you can cheat so easily. It's ridiculous.
I never cheated in college, actually.
This is what my roommate did. He, I'm not gonna say names, but he was failing. It was math. It's funny because it was math 10B.
Oh, wait, so
it was 10B.
that's calculus for
It's
you guys,
math 10B.
integration.
Yeah, so it's like what we learned in high school. It's like derivatives and shit, right?
No, it's integrals.
Integrals.
Yes.
Okay, so he literally failed that like 5 times. He took it like 5 quarters and he failed all 5 quarters.
How can you take it that many times?
So he's like, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna take it." So he paid my other roommates like, "All right, you're gonna go in and take this test for me. I'll pay you this much money." So they both went in, and like they sat next to each other. Like my friend did all the tests and he slipped it to him. He turned it in, and my friend just left, and he passed.
It's ridiculous. It's so easy to cheat. It's like, it's sad, and I feel like a lot of teachers just don't give a shit. Like, I remember back in high school, like girls would write test answers like on their leg, like they wear skirts and they write it on their leg up really high.
Or in
And
your
then-
bra too.
Yeah, and they would take little peeks at it, and then if the teacher came and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" He can't ask to see up her skirt, so
You can't do
Show
shit.
me your upper thigh,
yeah.
bitch. I know what you're up to.
See, this is good real world knowledge, people. If you're listening to this, we're teaching you how to cheat and get ahead in the real world.
Did you guys hear about the one class in UCSD where someone told the professor beforehand that someone was cheating? So they're like, okay, they know exactly who to look for. So during the test, like, yeah, he was cheating, whatever. I think it was like the same situation where there's, like someone else is taking the test for them.
Yeah.
So they're both there, I think, or just one of them at least. So the professor during the test, he told the TA to like lock all the doors.
What
And
the
then-
fuck?
And then he's like, all right, now we're going to check ID person to person in every row. So the guy's like, oh, fuck, so screwed. So he like bolts. He jumps out, runs the door.
What
But it's
the
locked, so he's like, so he knows it's fucked. And he just breaks down.
Oh, man.
Don't tell people before you cheat.
By the way, did you guys hear about the UCSD student? Are we allowed to talk about UCSD?
I don't see why not.
Okay. Did you hear about the UCSD student that was smoking on 420 and got detained for like 5 days?
So the story is basically like he was at it's 420, so he's smoking with some buddies, and the place got raided by the DEA. So this guy's having a fucking bad day to begin with. But the DEA is super chill. They're like, yeah, you know what? We were here for like the more hard shit. There was like meth there, and like they were coke dealers or something. And so they took the kid, and like, yeah, we'll give you a ride home or whatever. So they take him and they leave him in a holding cell, and they're like, all right, we'll be back. And they fucking leave him there in this holding cell for 4 or 5 days.
They forgot about him. They didn't just leave him there. They forgot about him. They didn't realize he was there.
He didn't have food or water, right?
He was drinking his own piss, and he found like a little packet in the cell. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat this because I'm,
Which that sounds
fucking
bullshit.
starving to
I feel
death."
like he
And it
just
was-
had meth in his system.
And I don't know, the packet ended up being meth. That's what he said. And, and no, he was delirious. He tried to kill himself. He had glasses, so he broke the glasses and tried to like swallow the pieces.
Ah,
Yeah, it's a fucked up story. But now he's gonna get millions of dollars. So.
Kids, if you want to make millions,